Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss Degree 5th Sem English paper Part A answers which was conducted recently. Since many students were asking, I made the video. Here you go. So the first question, answer any 5 of the following questions. Make the sentences more acceptable. That means there are some errors in these questions and we have to correct them and rewrite them. So the first one is A. You can return back at the earliest. That means there is a redundancy in this sentence. Return and back both are same. It's a repetition. So we need not write back. You can simply write you can return at the earliest is the correct sentence. B. Mr. Raghu ordered for some more coffee. So ordered for is wrong. For is not necessary, the preposition for. So we can simply say Mr. Raghu ordered some more coffee. Then C. She looks up in him as her role model. That means she's regarding him as a role model. She's respecting him. So when that is the meaning, the phrase looks up changes to two. She looks up to him as her role model. Simply looking up is finding out. We look up for a meaning in the dictionary. Okay, but when the meaning is regarding and respecting, the two should be added. She looks up to him as her role model. Then D, we could not cope up with the pressure. So cope up is a wrong construction, students. It could be only we could not cope with the pressure. Second question, tick the meaning of the underlined words. He is always cribbing about his health. So what is the meaning of cribbing? Cribbing means complaining. B. I gifted a new mixie to my friend. So mixie is an Indian word and what is the meaning of mixie? Blender. When we mix things in it, it is called as a mixie. C. I don't rely on English medicines. So what is the alternative for English medicines? It is allopathic. 2D. I couldn't cut the call while my dad was speaking. Cut the call again is an Indian English and the correct form is hang up. The alternative is hang up. Third question. Write as directed. A. We went to watch the show last year. Frame a question. So last year indicates that it is a past tense. The question also should indicate a past tense verb. When did you go to watch the show? That is the question. B. I go to college by bus. Frame a question again. So how do you go to college is the question. Third C. I like eating chocolates. Write a question tag. If you remember my video on question tag, students, I clearly mentioned that if the statement is positive, the question tag will be negative. Don't I? I like eating chocolates. Don't I? So here the negative will be taken up. Well, let us move on to third D. He didn't work hard. Write a question tag. So there is a negative in this statement. The question tag will be positive. Did he? He didn't work hard. Did he? That is the question tag. Moving on to the fourth question. Circle the odd one out. So let us find out what are the odd ones in the given group. Fourth A, speak, discuss, argue, articulate. Here if you look at the set students, they all appear to be the same. They are all are the activities of speaking. But if you go into the details, speaking is the main skill and discussion, arguing and articulation are the sub skills. When you discuss, you talk about the facts, you express your views and opinions. When you argue, you either speak for the motion or against the motion. Then articulate is the ability to speak effectively. So these are all sub skills of speaking. So odd one is speak. Then fourth B, learn, memorize, grasp and produce. So learning, memorize and grasping are the cognitive activities, means we intake, it's an intake, it's called as a receptive activity. All these three are receptive activity. We receive and we perceive knowledge, and when we produce, it is a productive activity. So the odd one is produce. Fourth C, walk, exercise, jog and sing. So this is very clear. I think all of you might have written the correct answer, sing. Fourth D, cricketer, doctor, teacher, engineer. So if you consider this set, doctor, teacher and engineers are the professions and cricket is a game. But honestly speaking, if somebody has a passion and accept cricket as their occupation, so it can become their profession also. But since we are asked to choose the odd one, so cricketer is the right answer, students here. Okay, moving on to the fifth question. Choose the correct alternative. Selfish, compassion, childish, dash. So selfish and compassion are two contradictory abilities. Okay, selfish and compassionate is being very kind and having empathy. So, and childish, what is the opposite of childish here? Maturity. So the answer is maturity. Fifth B, tall, huge, petty. So tall and huge are bigger, petty is smaller. So what is the answer here? Minute. Fifth C, nearby and distance. Nearby and distance again contradictory set. Timid, a person who is very covered and who doesn't have any courage. So opposite of timid is brave. So answer is brave. And sixth D, knife, hammer, screwdriver and what are the instruments? These are all instruments, set of instruments. So answer would be cutter. So moving on to the sixth question. Write the correct form of verbs. Yesterday, I dashed the bus. So, yesterday means past tense. So, answer is missed. Yesterday, I missed the bus. I don't like to dash on my bike every day. To plus verb is infinitive only. So, I don't like to commute on my bike every day. C. While we dashed to the story, there was a power cut. So, while we were listening to a story, there was a power cut. D. Did Columbus dash America? So here did is already past tense, so we will take only present tense. So did Columbus discover America? Seventh question. Make sentences using conditionals. I think you all remember the 5 types of conditionals. Zero conditional, first, second, third, and fourth, sorry, and mixed conditionals. So these are the conditionals. You have to be very careful here. I supposed you've been very careful here. If you eat well, you dash feel better. They want you to use the first conditional. So first you have to separate the sentences into two conditionals. If clause and the main clause. Two types of clauses you have to separate. So they are asking us to use the first conditional. So what does the if clause take the verb? So if you eat well, you will feel better. If clause takes the present tense and the main clause will take the future tense. You will feel better. That is the first clause rule, students. Hope you might have remembered. I made a video on conditionals. Please, I have given a link here. Please go through the conditionals, those who really want to learn the conditionals again. Seventh B. If I dash you, B, I dash speak better. They want you to use the second conditional. So what happens in the if clause? Past tense have to be used. If I were you, I would speak better. So would speak has to come in the main clause. Okay, that is the second conditional. Seventh C. I dash come early if you want. First conditional. Again, they want you to use the first conditional. If clause will take the present tense and the main clause will take the future tense. I will come early if you want. And seventh D. We dash sang well if we practice more. They want you to use the third conditional. So what happens in the if conditional? In the if clause, we have to use the past perfect. Had. Past perfect means had practiced. And in the main clause, it's only the perfect tense. Have sung. So we could have sung well if we had practiced more. Here even you can use would also, students. We would have sung well if we had practiced more. But logically could is a better word here. So we could have sung well if we had practiced more. The last question, fill in the blanks. This is a vocabulary. I think film vocabulary and the literary vocabulary. This you have to learn the words and then only will you be in a position to write the correct answer, students. Fill in the blanks. A biography that treats its subject with undue reverence. And the answer is hagiography. That is the answer. Eighth B, the quality of appearing to be true or real. And the answer is verisimilitude. This is truly a complex word. I don't know how many of you were able to write. If you really wrote the answer, students, please put it in the comment section that you wrote the correct answer for this question. I'm really um, a little bit upset or concerned whether you wrote the correct word or not. Eighth C, a writing style that attempts to convince the reader to adopt an opinion. And the answer is persuasive. When you try to persuade someone, it is a writing style that attempts to convince others. And the last question, 8th D, the perspective from which the story is told. This I think might be easier for you students, and the answer is point of view. So that's the key for your question paper, students, 5th sem question paper. And yes, thanks for watching and all the best in the future. Let's meet up in the next video. Bye bye for now. Take care.